really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard, which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Welcome. Always a joy to welcome you to this show because we always talk seriously about things that make your lives better. Now, my guests today are two females, and that's not because I'm being partial. Once you're great and you're doing great things, you could always end up here. You just never know. Now, the theme of my conversation with them is about chasing your dreams and where does technology lie in making this happen. They both happen to be lawyers and they're both in the food business. Tell me, how did this happen? But we only found out when we sat in the studio to have this conversation. So if you're thinking about chasing your dreams, I'm wondering, in what area can technology help me do that? You should be watching this show. We'll be right back with my guests, if you don't go away. Yes, the first person I'm having on set with me, I simply call it Tia. Yoruba people will call her Aburu to me. For me, in my language, is Otemene Hiri, my small sister. So it's nice to have you on set, Tia.
It's so nice to be back here.
Yes, but the last time you came, you were talking about Fiesta of Flavor.
We were talking about Fiesta.
I didn't have time to really deal with the whole issue about... Now, I decided to invite Tia here because she called me up a couple of weeks ago to say she had this fantastic idea of paying it forward by helping other young people who want to be chefs try their hands out at it. I'm like, really? Okay, you know what? You are living your dream and you're helping other people to begin to chase their dreams. Am I correct in saying that?
That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea.
You remember starting to cook at age 5, 6, beginning to cook, and daddy's like, what the heck is this child doing? Who supported you most, though? Daddy or mommy?
Well, both, because I'll say both of them. My father actually taught me how to make eggs, how to fry eggs, how to make sunny side up. My mom taught me how to make pancakes. So that was it. I started in the morning, breakfast. And then thereafter, it just kept happening. My mom was actually much more supportive when I decided to change careers, for sure. But both of them are very supportive today. I'm the signpost girl of chasing your dreams.
Yes, I just wonder, how does a 5-year-old ask daddy, teach me how to cook eggs?
Well, I think my older sisters had been making eggs for him for breakfast and he hated them. So one day he matched all of us into the kitchen and he said we should line up and watch how to make eggs. We were all very shocked because we never thought my father knew how to cook. When men get married, they suddenly have amnesia and everybody must cook for them. So that's a memory I can never, ever forget, So those are the sort of memories that added up to me living my dream and doing things that I knew that I was born to do today.
So you always kind of cooked?
Always.
Now, in the university, though, but in deciding what profession you wanted to do, you were not thinking about chasing any dream, were you?
Well, I knew I wanted to do something artistic for sure. I knew I was going to do food. Just what about it I was going to do, I wasn't quite sure. So as young as primary school and secondary school, I was baking, I was cooking. I had friends come over at the weekends and I would teach them how to bake cakes, simple cakes, cupcakes. I used to bake cupcakes and take them to school in secondary school and sell them, Yes, yes, I did. When I got into university, I had a barbecue spot where I was doing grilled goats and all of that. So it's something I'd always done. University of Ibadan. Yeah, but it wasn't in the school, it was at the golf club at the time. So it's something I had always done. And it got to a point where I realized that if I was going to do this as a profession, I would chase the line of education. And that's why I set up the Culinary Academy, where we teach people and we train people how to become chefs, how to become better cooks. Not just professional chefs, but also better cooks.
Because you have training for regular people who just
want to learn. We have recreational classes for people who want to improve their cooking skills. We have classes for domestic cooks. And then we have our professional program, which is the 1.5-year diploma program.
Oh, you did, okay. You graduated, did law school.
Oh, yes, I did. I practiced law for a number of years, actually, thereafter. Yes, and I loved it. I did corporate commercial law. I was doing foreign direct investment advisory. I worked with 2 law firms, and I managed my own law firm as well.
So when you were doing, where was cooking in all of this?
Still, every day, weekends, I was still doing cooking classes. My friends and family members who knew I knew how to cook would send their cooks to me at home. So I literally started the Culinary Academy from my kitchen. And then I was doing kids' summer camp classes as well from my kitchen. And then eventually the dream just began to grow because it was a goal that I knew I was going to achieve, regardless of how long it took me to get there or what path I decided to take to get there. But it was a goal I knew I was going to do. And a couple of objectives that I knew I had, apart from just transferring knowledge, was playing globally. I didn't just want it to be
just like everybody else.
I didn't just want it to be around
you
my
went to get
community.
the requisite knowledge. You went back to school.
Yes, I did. I went to l'Académie de Cuisine in the US. They have a basic culinary and an advanced culinary course, which I did. And then I came back and decided to do this. And I have fantastic mentors as well in different culinary schools across America that I still email and say, I'm having this problem with my school, and then they help me out. So it's something that I tell my students in school, arm yourselves with the power that knowledge gives. Understand what you're trying to do, educate yourself, improve yourself. And that's the only way you can know better and then you can do better when chasing your dream.
You're chasing further dreams. I mean, there's no end to your dream.
There really is no end. It occurred to me recently that there really is. I'm naturally I don't want to use the word restless, but I'm constantly chasing the next big project. And then when I'm done...
Okay, I remember that you have a book coming up soon.
Yes, I do.
And I was so fascinated by the cover of the book, considering the fact that you write for TW, you know? And like, you never gave me this photograph.
No, I never did. But I think I gave you the okra soup.
Okay, there's okra soup in here.
Yes, I have. And the recipe is also on the back cover of the book. There's okra soup in there. So it's a book that it has recipes that are easy to cook. It has recipes for the slightly advanced cook or person who wants to do a few things that are more advanced than just everyday recipes. More importantly, it's a story cookbook. It's a coffee table book. There are a number of stories that are about life, lifestyle, relationships.
Really?
Food, yes.
Okay, but beyond that, though, something's happening in May, which is what I found that it's taking your dream to the next level.
Yes, that is my next big project. And it's something we plan to do every year. It's the African Young Chefs Competition.
What's the age range?
Between 18 and 29. So young African chefs between 18 and 29. You don't have to be a professional chef in a kitchen.
Do they pay to register?
No, they don't pay to register. Oh. But we've since we launched the project, we've had over 350 applications to participate in the event. But we're only going to shortlist 10 people who will participate on that day, unfortunately, from across Africa.
They can try next year.
They can try, because and we plan to take it across the continent as well.
Who's paying the bills?
I know, but who's paying the bills? Culinary Academy is paying the bills.
Anyway, I must take a break. You know, I'll take a break so that I can introduce my next guest, who happens to be the managing director of Jumia Foods. I mean, one of the biggest technology right now in terms of doing things online. So I'll come back and we'll have our conversation about chasing your dream and where your two dreams intersect.
Absolutely.
So I'll be right back with my next guest, if you don't go away. Yes, welcome back. My guests, I'm just uncovering little by little. Like they say, when you are discovering people, it's like an onion and you're peeling out layers. But the dream she chased brought her to her hometown, which is, we're close to her hometown, which is Lagos. Having been born and bred in the UK, a couple of years ago, she came back to Nigeria to head Jumia Foods. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Olamide Bada.
Yes.
But you've heard, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks
but
for
you've heard that the Bada name is associated with some church, you know, the Celestial Church in Nigeria.
Yes, I've heard that. And unfortunately, it's not the same Bada family.
It's not the same Bada family.
Yeah.
How come it was that you were born and raised in the UK?
I mean, my parents moved to the UK in the 80s. They stayed there.
You're a baby.
I know, I am. I'm a baby. But honestly, I think that my journey and my career so far has just been amazing, more than I could have asked for. So it's great that I'm able to come to Nigeria and obviously experience another side of things.
What I wonder, when you think about a company like the one you work for, and you had your career as like a management consultant, more or less. You were in the consulting field, weren't you?
I was actually doing law, so I was working within the mergers and acquisitions place. So, I mean, it was amazing. I was able to kind of be very structured and learn how to really understand how to structure things. But for me, I wanted to be closer to business. So although I was advising different companies, I said I want to actually be the one on the ground that's running things. So that's what, you know, drove me to say, okay, do you know what, let me move to Nigeria, let me try Jumia and actually see where that goes.
Did you apply? Or you, I mean,
yes,
so I'm thinking about how you got to the portion, I must go back home. I want to do this.